Good morning traders, Crypto Ed here on the 12th of August, and I decided to make a new video. I fell out of bed, so I have some time to do. I want to take a look where we are with Bitcoin, what happened in the past days, and what are the possible scenarios for the coming days. Are we going to 14k straight, or do we first go to 10,400 and maybe even a bit lower to fill the CME gap? But for now I'm focusing on the support resistance at around 10,400. So what happened? If you look here, we did have a move towards 12,000, a little bit above. A strong rejection, a dip. It was already a couple of days ago, 10 days ago. We did have that strong wick down and immediately going up again. But you see, we didn't make a new high. And especially if you look at the 4-hour time frame, look how that bearish divergence played out. And so this is your top in price, this is your next top, and look how both the RSI and the MACD went down. Bearish divergence, and yeah, more or less a sign for upcoming reversal or correction. So when I look at the bigger picture here, I see my lines are not, yeah, now it's synced. It's not. That's annoying. I'm also gonna remove my crosshair. It's a bit less messy. So if you look here, this 10,400 was a resistance for a very long time, up to, let's say, almost a year ago. Here, rejected, 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 and then finally that big push through. And after that big push through, we only had that wick down a couple of days ago, well, 10 days ago. And then we started to bounce. And at first I was hoping this was the continuation to the upside. But especially with yesterday's strong move down, stronger than expected, it looks a bit more bearish, and you can here also draw such a diagonal. It broke that trend to the downside, and yeah, it looks like this retest of 10,400 was not enough, that we do something like this, an A, B, C, and then hopefully bounce from this level and then make the next move towards, yeah, 14k. Whereas we still have a CME gap around here. I doubt we go that low, but there is still a CME gap. So yeah, that's basically what I see on my support resistance chart. Possibly one more leg to the downside before going higher. For my trading, I always use ranges, and I do have this range, and this is also what I shared in our group yesterday or the past days. When we broke down here, you can see here bearish retest of that range high, fail, and going down again. And this is more or less what I'm gonna use to decide what to do for a possible trade. Either we follow the green doodle and get a break of the range high, retest and going up, or we do get a bearish retest if we get it, and then more down. So as long as we are below this line, this horizontal, I would say risk for more downside. Now let's take a look at what's exactly happening here. It's a shallow bounce, and could be very well we see here something like this, an A, B, C, then continuation to the downside. So as long as we're not above, let's say 11.5, 11.550, and a proper retest, so not just one candle here and think okay, etc., we're above the line, so we're going up. No, because it could be a fake out and drop back down again. So yeah, I hope a bit for a bearish retest. That would give me a possibility to short. I'm not a big fan of shorting in an uptrend, especially not for Bitcoin. But if I do get a good opportunity, I might take the chance. So how does this look in Elliott wave? Because it is many times telling me a bit more. And the problem with Elliott wave is also you can always find new possibilities to keep your bias. I need to remove this. So I'm still looking for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we discussed on Monday in the group, in the live stream, and where I did make yesterday the extra video. I did have first this, but it looks like 3 is in place. This is a possibility, but with the moves from yesterday, I do think we do get one move lower. So if I go to the 4 hour, so this blue cycle is what we discussed, and I showed yesterday also in that video. Blue cycle was already finished here, meaning leg number 3, this white 3 is finished, and either we do have here 4 in place, or we do get one more leg down, meaning making this A, B, C. And past days I was looking at this move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be the start of like this, and that would be your first leg. This is your correction of that leg, and then up again. But I'm not very happy with the bearish divergence and not making a new high. We stayed below this top and going down again. So for now I do see more reasons to be bearish on the short term for a move towards 10.4, 10, maybe even 10,000, and that's what I have on my 1 hour chart. So this is your A to the downside. We do have here an ugly B leg, and then we do have most likely, so this A, let's see, an A, this is an ugly 3 legs. Yeah, it's not a typical 5 leg structure, and also not a very clean 3 leg structure. But most important for me now is this leg to the downside, and I do think it's a move in 5 legs to the downside. So you have more or less 3, 3, 5. And when I look at this, there are a couple of scenarios. We could say this is your A leg, B leg, and then a C leg, and finishing here. But I think it's a bit worse, but fitting in my view, that we are making something like this. Let me count. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even a bit, yeah, it should be a bit lower. And that should bring us to 10,400. maybe even this is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making leg number 3, 4, 5. Well, it's on low time frame. You know, I think you understand what I'm looking for. 5 legs to the downside. It's always a puzzle with those sub legs to fit them perfectly, but the bigger picture is down here, a shallow bounce, more down, and then towards 10,400, or maybe even a bit lower. That is fitting in my idea for more upside. After that, let's see, then target for 5 and would be somewhere between 12.6, 13,300, but could easily extend. You know, when Bitcoin is bullish, then it can just keep going and going. That is the possibility. To go back to my ranges chart, what happened if we make this move? So if we do get back above that range high, then we have 4 already in place here, which I doubt, huh? But then we would be already now in 1, 2, and then we should bounce more or less from here, 3, 4, 5. As long as we stay, well, this could even drop a bit more, and we can still be in that already bullish cycle to the upside. So it's a bit tricky in Elliott wave. Officially, Elliott wave says when you break this low, then you have confirmation for more downside, but the move isn't that big because we did come back pretty high, so you cannot wait for that. But I would say if we do get a proper retest, bearish retest of this horizontal, I would look for more downside and maybe look for a short. You can see also on the lower time frame, it is not really looking for, yeah, this could work out. It's not really looking like an impulsive bounce and strong reaction to the upside. After this move down, you want to see a strong reaction and do something like this before and continue higher. This looks shallow and is not looking great. Quick look at the end at Ether, because it has a bit different structure in my opinion. Blue 3 was in Ether, in Bitcoin, ending somewhere over here. It is not possible in my count for Ether, so it looks a bit different. Ether could be doing the move I showed you as bullish alternative for Bitcoin, meaning it doesn't make such a big correction here. Oh. So it had the move higher here after that dip. Then this is your ABC correction, just like Bitcoin, but not going below that wick, and then moving higher towards 450, 460. And yeah, it's actually interesting to see that Ether looks more like having the structure I'm showing in Bitcoin as an alternative. But yeah, I have to see if this works out. And to summarize, most important, guys, for me and for us, this would be a short opportunity. Oh. I keep an eye on this line. If we drop from here, I'll just let it go, because we are in a bullish trend, and not a big fan of shorting in an uptrend. But if we do get a clean bearish retest, we can be pretty confident about a short to the downside, so let's say target 10.5. And if we do get a proper breakout, a break of the range high, then we could look for a move like this. But then first wait for the retest and then get in for a long. If you ask me, I would say I'm more leaning towards the move towards 10,400 before continuation to 14K. That's about it for today, guys. Happy trading and have a good day. Bye bye.